Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today we are taking a look at Scalar 2 and with Scalar 2 Control, which is going to be controlling 4 Iconica sketches so I thought it would be a good idea to set up a few Iconica sketches to be played by Scalar Control, but with the classical chord progression. So I'm going to start with classical 2. And then I'll play classical 1. What's good about these is there are these chord progressions here that are really quite long. So this is what I've got so far, just as a quick thing. I have violins 1 in the first one here. Then I have horns. Then I have oboe 1. And then I have basses. Okay, so I put a couple of gains on those. And yeah, so just let's listen. So I'm just going to play the classical progression. Oh, by the way, just as out of interest, MIDI outputs are going to all 4 Iconica sketches. That's how you set it up that easy. So don't need to use that because I'm using the, preview controls. So here we go. I also thought that one had quite the Christmassy vibe. Okay, I'm going to go back to a classical progression 1 and start there. Now, what we can also do, of course, is change up the, obviously, the different articulations. Let me just get that one a bit bigger. Different articulations in Iconica Sketch. So let's just change a few of these articulations for the instruments here. So let's try this one on sustain. The bass is on sustain. Let's try this again. In fact, I'll go to number 3 here. Awesome. And then we can, like, you might hear with some of these, there's been switched to tremolo because some of these lower notes, see, that's a key switch of F4. We can change that, but some of these lower notes will have hit an F4 there. So I'm going to put that back to pizzicato. Then we'll run this back on maybe sustain vibrato and then sustain. And with this one, I will stick these oboes on, and maybe change these to oboes too on sustain vibrato. So it's nice, you can play around with all the different combinations and stuff as well. So let's try classical progression 4. Okay, cool. If we switch voice lock on, this is going to kind of expand those chords. And you get the idea. But the cool thing is, we could go into one of the performances here. Maybe go back, and maybe look at the Adagio performances. Maybe choose this one. I actually can't remember how any of these sound, but you never know. Might sound interesting. So let's try that one. Awesome stuff. Let's try classical progression number 5 on that particular progression and sound set. In fact, let's maybe change these up a little. Let's have these with maybe violas. What could we change this one to? Just maybe a harp, just for fun. And oboe 2 here. We've got some trombones, and we could put that on sustain. And what we got on here, we've got our basses on here, but we could try bassoon as well. And also we'll have that on sustain vibrato, see what it sounds like. It's nice just to mess around. So I'm going to try a different performance though. Let's try this one or this one. Let's have a go. Oops. Very nice. Okay, what else can we do? Let's go to classical progression number 6 for a start off. Let's switch perform off. I'll just play these chords through. I'll try maybe flute 2 on sustain vibrato, and then just try classical progression number 7. In fact, what was on this? Trombone. Let's try trombones, plural. Have it on sustain. I think I'm going to drop back. This is quite nice. I think I'm going to drop back to, because we've got clarinets, everything, English horns, the whole thing. I'm not going to use percussion map because it just sounds bonkers. Maybe tuba. And it all depends, of course, on the range. Let's have it on sustain. Some of these may change if a particular MIDI note is hit. So it's quite interesting. We might get some changes. So. Nice, nice, nice. Let's try maybe classical number 8. In fact, in this time, I think I'm going to go total strings. So maybe violins 1 on here. I've got my basses on here. I think I'll tuba now. I'm going to go back to basses, which is kind of strings as well. So let me see what I've got now. I've got violas. That's right. That's fine. I've got violins 1 here. And let's put this on violins 2. So we've got like a big string section sort of vibe going on. Yeah, I think yeah, we'll leave it on there. And yeah, let's just see how that sounds. So maybe let's go with number 9 for this. Oh, this sounds nice. Very cool. Let's try number 10 on that. I like that setting, so I'll leave it on that for the rest of the thing. So, but you get the idea. Play around with it. In fact, look, we might change the performance in a minute to like an arpeggio. That might sound cool with strings. Okay, that sounded nice. Let's try let's try classical progression number 11. In fact, let me just quickly hear how it sounds before I put an arpeggio on it. Okay. Now, theoretically, this should sound quite good with an arpeggio because some of those chords kind of dissonant. I wouldn't use them as a progression like this, but with sometimes adding the arpeggiator is a really interesting way to change up the sound. So arpeggiator, let's try converge, diverge. That should be interesting. Timing, we leave on 1/8, everything else, blah, blah, it's all fine. So let's have a go with that. Okay, what I'm going to do is go in here, change the chord duration to 4 beats, and try that again. Sorry, I need to do that. So, better. try it with, that was thumb up. Let's try with thumb up and down, pinky up, pinky down. Spanish tremolo. This is really nice. So, okay, let's try that on number 12. Very nice. Okay, what I'm going to do for this one is go to perform again, go back, and go to passages. And I'm going to use passage number 6. Or yeah, passage number 6, that'd be fine. What will happen now is it will play the chord. So, see, but it'll put a bit of extra flair in there, sort of thing. You don't have to have perform switched on once you've selected the passage. Let's take voice lock off. Let's just see what classical progression 13. There's 16 progressions, so I might as well play the other 3 after this. So. Lovely. Let's try progression number 14. I will change the passage to something a little less dramatic. Right. This is quite interesting. This is a perfect example of how MIDI can control the articulations for you. So you'll watch as I play through this progression again, the articulation for the tubas will change. Each time there's a chord here that contains the note D4, the articulation will change. So either C4, the D4, etc. So it's you can kind of constantly getting a variation as well if you're using scalar. So, but you can change all that stuff. You can change the articulations and things, right? So. Nice. Let's try number 15. Let's switch off everything for this. So I just got to go into perform and out of it again, and I'm out of passages. Right. So let's just do this. Very nice. And last but not least, progression number 16. Oh, I'd like to say thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a Patreon, and I will see you guys later. Ta-ta.